So I had a pen pal who was in prison, and let's just say it was a very interesting experience. I've actually had a few different pen pals throughout the years, more so when I was younger, but never one that was incarcerated. So real quick, if you don't know what a pen pal is, it's pretty much just corresponding with a complete stranger you've never met before, either through letters, emails, or texting nowadays. I feel like this was definitely more popular back in the day before the internet, where you can connect with somebody from a completely different country, and through talking to them, they can teach you about their culture, their country, like who they are. It wasn't so easy as to just Google, what's this country like, or like instant message. It was different. So imagine how cool that experience must have been, right? However, pen pals are still a thing, and I want to tell y'all about my most recent experience. So let's go. Okay, so backstory. I'm a pretty nosy person, so when I learned that there was this website where prisoners can literally just like create a profile page, or like, it's kind of like Facebook but for like for incarcerated individuals, and you can see their picture, and like you can even see what they're in for, because usually people keep it hush hush, the charges, but in order for them to have a profile, they have to say like their charges, like what they did. So it's an experience to say the least. So I went on there just like out, just literally curiosity got the best of me, so I was looking at everyone's profile. So eventually, I wasn't on there very long, but I come across this person's profile who seemed to be very, very similar to me, very strong in their Christian faith, and they were also a content creator. And so I went to their YouTube channel, and I found that most of their videos was just talking about God and edifying the body, which I also do as well. I have another account that I do that as well. So I was just like, wow, this is super cool. So I just got the very crazy thought, to just write them a letter. They're a fellow believer. I just wanted to write them a letter to encourage them. They had about a little over a year left in their sentence. And so I just wanted to tell them, you got this, God bless you, things like that. And so I just figured, you know what? If it's not meant to be, let the letter get lost in transit, whatever. I didn't even think I was gonna get a reply. So with that, I just took a chance and just sent the letter, and hoping that it would be motivating for them. So I sent the letter, and it took a whole 5 days to get there. I thought it was never gonna get there. And so once they received the letter, they sent me back an email. That took me completely by surprise. I was just so excited it got to them. Their email to me was very long. It was just giving God glory and a little bit more about their story and everything. And that's pretty much how we started to correspond back and forth. In total, we talked for a whopping 2 weeks. So I want to share with you guys how much money I spent talking to them for those 2 weeks. So when it comes to having a pen pal in prison and like talking to them, it's definitely not free or cheap. The main websites used to, talk to people in the system is one called JPay and another called Securus. I believe that's how it's pronounced. For each text and each email, obviously they charge, and I believe it was between like 16 cents and 35 cents. You can always buy them in bulk, like buy the stamps in bulk, and you can get a discount. Also, for minutes, if you want to talk on the phone, each minute was a little cheaper. I believe it was like between 6 and 9 cents per minute. But you're only able to talk in 15-minute intervals, so then it kicks you out and they gotta recall you, so that's kind of a pain. So those are the prices from what I can remember. Now I'm gonna share with you how much I spent in total. I actually do not remember how much I spent, and I did not check before this video, so I'm gonna be reacting live to how much money I spent total talking to my pen pal. So yeah, let's go. Okay, so I found all of the charges. Now I'm just gonna have to add them all up manually. So yes. Okay, 132. Okay, so we're just gonna say that for 2 weeks of talking back and forth, and this is through emails, through texts, and through phone calls, I spent $85.11, give or take. And usually, if you do have a prison pen pal, the person on the outside will pay, because inmates a lot of times they don't have money like that, and even if they do have a job in prison, they get paid like cents per hour. So it's like, for a lot of them it means a lot to be able to talk to someone on the outside world. A lot of times when they get locked up, everyone just moves on and tends to forget about them, so having somebody like a friend to talk to just means a lot to a lot of them. I have a very close family member that's been in prison for almost 20 years. I mean, it's been 17 years now. The topic is very near and dear to my heart, with the stigma of people in prison. I do not regret it at all. I am so happy that, with this experience, even though it was very short-lived, it was only a 2-week friendship, it was amazing. Like, I learned so much, and it was just such an edifying time, and so I do not regret it one bit. I don't know why. I thought that I had spent so much more money, but only 85 bucks is not too bad. But I mean, it was only 2 weeks, so God forbid, if like, I don't know, a spouse or like a, really close family member to you gets locked up here in the States, having to, correspond with them over years and years and years, this definitely adds up. Even though it's only like, what, 20, 30 cents per email, per text, it adds up really quickly, really quickly. So overall, this experience taught me so much. My pen pal taught me a lot, and also just seeing how to navigate the communication systems in the prisons was also very interesting. So yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time. God bless.